Matt here with St. Bonaventure University Cyber 501. We're into week 5, lab 5.2, and that is going to be attacking our vulnerable web apps, Mutillidae, and damn vulnerable web app with some of the OWASP top 10. In the OWASP top 10, we have right here injection, broken authentication, a few other things. I'm going to do cross-site scripting against the damn vulnerable web app, and I think I'll try an injection attack against Mutillidae. With that, we'll get right into it. I've got damn vulnerable web app open right here. We will log in. And I'm going to try to do this on medium. That's right. So medium. And let's make sure we're on there. And I'm going to do a cross-site scripting against the stored, which is a Guestbook here. Now, you're in for a little treat. My JavaScript power level is over 9,000, and I've got some fun stuff in store here. Before we do this attack, I will show you what I've set up on another website, hacker.local, which is on my network. I have set a JavaScript up, a remote JavaScript that I'm going to inject into that page, actually, for somebody who visits it, because we're storing data. PHP is storing data on that page when you submit the Guestbook. And we're going to try to slip some JavaScript in there. I've got this payload that's going to wait until the DOM's been completely loaded. We're going to read the cookie of the user, and we're going to get some info right off the page because they print your username on the page. We're going to pull that right out of the DOM. I'm going to base64 encode that, and then I'm going to fire that off to my hacker.local web server by loading an image and sending the params in a GET request, the base64 params in a GET request. This is pretty slick stuff right here. And I'm going to leave them a little treat. Say, you've been hacked. So, I've already tested this out, and I found that on Medium, the message area is not vulnerable. They are doing some cleansing of the data, stripping script tags and HTML tags. We can't put HTML in there, but we still have the name, and they forgot to cleanse that. They're like, oh, nobody's going to put that in any script in there. The length is only 10 characters. Well, we can just edit this through Firefox developer tools and give ourselves some room to operate. And I already got my remote script. Script source is hacker.local/xss.js, and I'll leave them a little message. And Haxer. Right, and we're going to sign the Guestbook. So, Guestbook is signed, and there I've dropped my signature in there. Probably shouldn't do that in real world, you know. But this is an important part of this hack. The important part is if I take a look at my network, when I loaded that page, you'll see I loaded that with this base64 parameters. These are going to end up in the access log of my web server. There we are. So I actually have all this information now on my web server. Let's see if I can grab that. And if I base64 decode this data, we're going to get some. There is my PHP session ID, or the user who browsed that page. So every user who comes to this Guestbook now is going to be sending me their session ID. And I've also grabbed the username. It is in here somewhere. Admin, right there. So I have just sent some data that I could use to get the username and the session ID of a user browsing Guestbook. And I've also defaced their website. I know that took a little bit of time. We're at 5 minutes already, and but I thought this was pretty cool. I think you'd enjoy it. So now we're going to switch gears and go on over to Mutillidae. So now we're at Mutillidae, and just to make things interesting, I've bumped the security level up 1 notch to client-side security. server level, security level 1 instead of the default level 0 that you start out with. We're going to try to do SQL injection, and I think we'll just try to do the an authentication bypass using like the or 1 = 1 kind of scenario. So here we have our sign in, and we're on security level 1, and now something like this should potentially work to just bypass authentication. Except for it doesn't, because we've got dangerous characters detected. Can't allow these. So they've got an all-powerful blacklist to stop such attempts. Okay, so yeah, how do we get around that? Well, let's inspect the source, see what they're doing. I'll just inspect the element, and we're going to look through here. And now we saw a word in there, so I'm going to search. We can search this here. We can find something in the text. Here's some JavaScript embedded in the page here. Oh, look at this. Take a closer look. And what we've got here is we have a function on submit of login form. That function right there is where they're doing some regex against what we're submitting. Before we even submit it to the server, it's blocking it on the client side. Well, that's not too hard to get around. Honestly, we're just going to keep the developer tools open. I'm going to paste function on submit of login form into here. And I'm just going to, I could do nothing, but console.log bypass. That's pretty easy. Enter. So now that function, I've just overwritten the function in the DOM. I should be able to come back over here with our SQL Authentication Bypass and click. Let's check, see the console. Oh, I went to another page, so I cleared that. I should have been persisting my log. But there, I just bypassed the client-side security that JavaScript that was protecting that login form, and we are now authentication into Mutillidae with the admin account. So we can do all sorts of stuff in here. You can change the admin's password, signature, root. Yeah, we're in there. So that's a pretty basic SQL injection, just kind of putting something into the login form to bypass authentication. Today, these days, that's usually not going to work unless somebody's developed their own web app and has no idea what they're doing. So, but there you have it. SQL injection on Mutillidae. I did this one quick and short because it took so much time to do the XSS attack on DVWA